Champions trophy already. Well, at the end of the day, it'd be a case of
Ronnie
ROS times 4.
One.
He's played that well. Just got the feeling, looking at O'Sullivan at the end of that last frame, you know, he's got himself to 5-1, and he's almost waiting for Judd to, you know, what have you got for me, Judd? You know, what are you going to do to get back into this match? Because I think a couple of frames since the mid-session interval, he's expected more from Judd than Judd has delivered. Now at 5-1, he really has to find something in these remaining 3 frames. It's almost like O'Sullivan saying, show me what you've got. Because this is a time when, yes, he's going to be behind. It's just a question of whether he can pull something out of the wreckage here and make this close tonight. He loses 2 of the next 3 frames, he's way back.
$11. 12. $19. I can do, yeah, no problem.
Just asked for the black to be respotted. Of course, if he was to play another shot, it couldn't be respotted then, even if the black wasn't moved. If he was to roll the red in and ask for the black to be respotted, it would be too late. It's got to be before another shot has been played. Judd thought that the black was going to be possible.
20.
After 2 respots, it still wasn't. But the red that was in the way is the one he'd like to move by getting on it from this blue.
$25.
I'd like to think that he played it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. Played around a couple of cushions into the bunch there.
$26.
And you get the reds open now. He's got no angle on the blue. There's seemingly no plants in there. There's nothing that he can do to get these reds spread from his next colour. I mean, there's a shot on the brown, but goodness, it's difficult, especially for a left-hander reaching across. So I think he's just got to walk away. which is something you don't see very often from these top players in this day and age. No real option of getting the Reds open, taking the points and running.
Judd Trump, 31.
Trump's scoring power restricted in this session. He's only made one half-century, 51 in the third frame. His quality table time has been quite limited. For Trump, this is all very different from 12 months ago when he beat another famed member of the class of 1992 in the final. John Higgins won comfortably 10-4. Nothing comfortable about this right now for Trump. It's a dogfight for him, trying to get some form of respectability back in the scoreline. If you think about it, Neil, Trump only lost 5 frames in the tournament as a whole last year. He's lost 5 frames this afternoon, and maybe more to come.
Yeah, certainly for a period it appeared he was getting the upper hand in these finals against O'Sullivan. Think of the Masters final, which really told us what a brilliant player he'd become, beating Ronnie at
Foul enemies,
the Alley
Ronnie
Pally,
O'Sullivan.
which is the sort of place he's had so much success. And then those 3 Northern Ireland finals, 2 in Belfast, 1 in lockdown in MK. Beat him every time, 9-7. But then the world final has redressed the balance, I think, somewhat. So he goes into this
Can we check, Brandon?
still thinking about perhaps that match.
Yep.
No, he's happy with the balls replaced.
You think a fraction this way? No problem.
Saying to our left as we look, which of course is not in Judd's favour, so he's being honest. And he's saying back the other way.
Yeah.
These are very difficult replacements, these ones. The one earlier was difficult in the previous frame. They are so fractional. Oh, that's rolled.
Foul enemies, Ronnie
Seems
O'Sullivan.
to turn right, that ball did. That's a very strange thing happened there. Now watch this. This definitely is the cushion that seems to turn right.
One.
And the worst news of all is that he left that red, goodness me. Can he exploit that mistake, if it was indeed a mistake from Trump? Maybe the table drifted a bit.
Oh, brilliant from O'Sullivan. Just subtly into the bunch, seeing the angle, exploiting it to the full.
Nine. 16.
This is the O'Sullivan wheelhouse. Yes, sometimes he does fail in this kind of position. He's not infallible,
17.
but far more often than not, he capitalises 100%.
$24. 25. $32. 33.
Predicting modern snooker is a fool's errand. But I'll tell you what, when I first saw the way this table was playing on Monday, it did run through my mind that O'Sullivan would relish it. And that's just
38.
how it's turned out.
39.
Yes, it's been conducive to good scoring in and around the pink and black spot. Table's run nicely. Judd might be seeing it a little differently after that previous shot where it may have drifted, but it was only a fraction
46.
and it was played the kind of pace where they do often just move offline slightly.
47.
But at the time, I don't know that he saw it as a bigger mistake as it's turning out to be. And he played a couple of good shots at the start of this break, the red and then the black to the middle. Now
54.
it's virtually plain sailing. He's two of these reds with colours.
$55.
So just the colour here and the red. And this is looking a little ominous and very worrying if you're a fan of Judd Trump.
60.
As I said, I think O'Sullivan has kind of invited Trump to raise the stakes, raise his game, and he hasn't done it. Got in early in this frame and left himself no way of getting the
66.
reds open. And that 31 was not going to hurt Ronnie O'Sullivan.
$67. $74.
And just enough on the table for what would be yet another
76.
O'Sullivan century. It would be his second of the afternoon. He's sixth of the tournament. And he's 44th nil in the Champion of Champions alone
79.
over the years.
$83. 88.
Between frames, dire straits might be appropriate for Judd Trump.